Ron Reed is afraid to back with How to Play. Today we're looking at a classic game that some of you may have heard of, you may own, may have played of at some point in time. It's called Waterworks, the original leaky pipe card game. It's probably one of the older tableau building type games, sort of tableau building. It dates back to the 70s. You can find all sorts of different versions from on eBay. And I mean, I got this one on Amazon. This one's from Hasbro and Winning Moves. It's a newer version. Doesn't say when it came out. Actually, it's 2023. This is basically brand new. But it dates back to the 70s. You can find older versions, like I said, on eBay, and versions from Winning Moves, versions from Parker Brothers or Hasbro or whatever. And some of the older versions actually come with a card tray that's designed, shaped like a bathtub with a drain side and everything. It's a cool little thing. I wish I could get that one, but most of them are missing metal pipes, or you just don't know what the quality is going to be of the cards, how good they're going to be, how used they're going to be. So I figured I'll get a brand new one, tub or not. And in the game, you get 110 cards, and you get 10 of these wrenches. I believe it's 10. 8, sorry, 8 wrenches. And each person's going to get these 2 cards, which is a spout and a valve. And what you need to do is place pipes to connect them from one to the other. And you need to have a certain amount of cards between them in order to win the game. And some, of course, are leaky pipes. These are lead. These ones are copper. They're more valuable. You got like T's and corners. And you can shuffle these up and make a drop pile. Each player gets one of these. I'll just kind of show you with one player. Each player is going to get, I believe it's 3 wrenches. Or is it 2? Let me just double check here. 2 wrenches. Each player is going to get 2 of these nice, they're actually metal wrenches. They're pipe wrenches, in case you're wondering. And you're going to get a hand of 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe you start off at the spout. If I recall correctly. Sorry, at the valve, right? Yeah, you need to start at the valve. And you select the start player and you just go to the left, counterclockwise around the table. On your turn, you will start by drawing a card, and then you will play one. And then there's these like end caps. So, I got lots of leaky ones. Darn. This is a terrible way to start. Well, I guess I'll play this one here. And then my opponent's going to go, they're going to draw a card, they're going to play a card, then it comes back to me. And as I point out, for 2 players, if we're doing 2 players, we need to have a minimum of 12 cards between this valve and the spout. Minimum of 12 cards. If it's 3 players, it is 10 pipe cards, and 4 players, it is 8 pipe cards. And it's a pretty straightforward little game. You know, start off like that. Now I have a leak here, so let's see what I draw next. It's not very helpful. I could always play a leak on my opponent. When you play the cards, they have to line up. The pipe has to line up. It doesn't matter which way it goes. Well, actually, it has to go like this, if I recall correctly. Yeah, you cannot put this one sideways like this. It has to follow the card, so that would be going that way. But I'm not going to put that one. I'll put, let's say, this one. And I draw a card, I draw a card. Now, I do want to fix that leak. There's 2 ways to fix the leak. One is you can play another card on top of it that matches that. Unfortunately, my opponent does not have one. Let me just draw some cards here. So, later on, I can play one of these on top of that to fix the leak, or you can play a wrench, but of course you only have 2 wrenches. You cannot, I'm not sure if you can actually put a leak on yourself, to be honest. I believe you can. Actually, in fairness, in fairness, if we rewind, if this is what I had, and this is the only thing that's playable, I actually have to play this on my opponent. So they would get the leaky card. And later on, they could fix it with a card. But then, let's say it's my turn, I play this one, and maybe I play this one, and then... Now, while my opponent has a leak, now you can't even see because I took my opponent out of the picture, but while my opponent has a leak on there, until they fix it, I cannot add another leak card to those, but as soon as it's fixed, I can add another leak. So then maybe I play this one. And it doesn't matter if they're copper or lead, they can go next to each other. And maybe I could do this one. And then maybe I do this one. And then you're going to draw a card every turn. You're always going to have 6 cards in your hand. So let's say maybe I played this one here. Or my opponent maybe played that one on me. No, they wouldn't have played that on me, but I played it. Well, maybe my opponent played this leaky one on me, and so then I play one to cover it up and fix the leak. But then, later on, I'll have to put a cap on it on the end here to block it off, because otherwise it's going to leak that way. It's just going to have water shooting out that way. And that does count as, you know, one of the cards in this line. So then maybe I could do this. This is not working out very well. Let's draw some more cards, perhaps. Actually, I'll do this one. And you can rotate the cards as long as they are not like this. I wish I could do that one, but I can't. I can, however, do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and it was 12, right? So I gotta do one more. Let's see what my opponent has to help me out here. They got one more. And then once you have the 12, then you can finally, it doesn't work. You can finally add the spout, but that's not gonna work. Let me see if there's a different one I could use. I will use, that doesn't work either. I'll explain why in a minute. I need this one. Put that one here, and then I can finally put my spout. Whoever completes this first wins, is basically the gist of it. And the important things to note is you have to start with a good pipe, not like I did with a leaky pipe, but you can play a leaky pipe on your opponent. But you can't do another one if they already have one unless they fixed it. You also have to discard a card at the end of your turn. No. You have one of the following things on your turn. A, you place a good pipe on your line. B, you place a leaky pipe on your opponent's. Or C, you discard a card from your hand. So you're always going to play a card, whether it's on your side, your opponent's, or the discard pile. Those are the 3 things you can do on the turn. Now, all cards have to be placed vertically, as you see. That's important to note. You cannot do that because you just be going in a circle. It won't go anywhere. There's all sorts of things. Again, they all have to be vertical. It can't be like that. You can't put a card where it doesn't connect like that. There's all sorts of things. Keep in mind. You can turn them around upside down as long as they are in vertical. You cannot block a pipeline from continuing. And you can't build your pipeline beyond the edge of the table that you're playing on or over an opponent's pipeline. So be sure to play a big enough space, big enough table to allow plenty of room, especially if you're going to do this with, like, you know, a bunch of people, you're going to need space. But it does only play 2 to 4 players, so max 4 players at kitchen tables should suffice. Now you play a leaky pipe, try to delay your opponent, because now they're going to have to fix that before they can continue. Now you cannot make copper pipes leak, only iron pipes. As you'll notice, no copper pipes have leaks on them. And then again, you can repair a leaky pipe on your turn by either covering it with a card that's a good one of the same shape, or by playing a wrench on it. And once you play a wrench, you cannot move it. And also, if you put a wrench on it, if I put a wrench on a card to fix a leak, then I would just simply have to discard a card, and that would be my turn. I cannot play another card. Of course, these tees make it possible for water to flow in two directions, but you can't have that. You would need to block it off with a cap. And that's, it's pretty straightforward. Now, the other thing, there was one more. The spout must always point away and down from your faucet. It is pointing away and down. It doesn't matter if it was like up here, if it was above the faucet or the spout, as long as the it doesn't matter if it's the faucet. It doesn't matter if it's above it, as it shows here, above it. As long as it's facing down and away from that, you're good. This one pointing upward, if it's pointing up like this, that's no good. Obviously. So anyways, that's the gist of it. It's a nice simple little game. It's just an okay quality card. Nothing too extraordinary. Doesn't have to be. There's like thousands of copies out there apparently. It's a nice little game though. Comment, like, subscribe, and know what you think. That's Waterworks. If I didn't mention, it's basically inspired by the Waterworks on a Monopoly game to some extent. And that is that. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.